Here's my 125 gallon saltwater mixed reef tank setup. I've had this tank going for probably about, it's like 2.5, 3 years now. Before that, I had a 45 gallon and a 90 gallon, as most people do to start. But this is kind of like the prized possession. I definitely enjoy taking care of this tank, which I gotta say hasn't really been super bad. I've gotten pretty lucky, I think. I've heard a lot of horror stories about certain algae taking over, which I've had some, small algae problems. And of course we got little urchin here to kind of help take care of those. We also have hiding over here a sea cucumber that is actually huge. Once we go around the other side of the tank, you'll kind of see them a little better. But yeah, they've done a really good job taking care of algae and stuff. This is I think this might be an Aqueon. I can't remember the brand. It's one of the basic brands, but it has an overflow in each corner because I kind of have like a unique setup here where I'm actually utilizing both sides of the tank. I really liked the idea of doing one like built into the wall. But when I moved in here, like literally before I moved in, I built this stand, which I'll show you guys that too. Here's the actual inside, the inner workings. It's pretty messy, but I keep all of my stuff over here for supplies. I got my auto water top off. Pretty much everything is Apex Fusion brand. As you guys can see, we got a trigger sump. I think it's a 36 or 38 gallon. Really nice protein skimmer. 2 filters and everything. But yeah, it's all pretty fairly high tech, I'd say. There's nothing like, there's definitely some money in it. Just to get the tank set up, I probably spent like $4,000 on just equipment. Cheap little grow light here that's for the refugium, and I just have some Cheeto in there that kind of does decent, nothing amazing. I don't really do any dosing or anything. I know I've been asked that. I don't really put anything in the water anymore. I really just do water changes every 2 weeks, 10%, so usually about 10 gallons. So we got a little area over here we can view just one wave maker, but we do have 2 returns here and over there. So pretty good, pretty adequate water flow. And then basically how my house is set up, you come down here. When my front door, you guys could see a second ago, it's pretty cool. You get to see on both sides of the tank. I'm trying to not get a ton of reflection here. It'd probably be better to film this at night, but yeah, it's just to show that you don't have to have your tank in a super dark area. The only downside is you are gonna have to deal with scraping your glass more than often, and you may have, some excess algae growth in general, but hey, 3 years strong, pretty close, and I haven't had any major issues. But yeah, let me know down below if you guys want to see a more in-depth video on this tank.